Welcome back, house guests, to Backdoors and Blindsides, covering Big Brother 27, Week 6, Episodes 17, 18, and 19. I'm your host, Matt, joined by my wife and co-host Meg, live from our living room. Hey, over there.
Hello, hello.
We took a quick, I guess not a quick, an exact measured amount of time off. We skipped last week just to catch up on some shit.
Life be lifing.
Life be happening, but we're back.
Working.
And we're going to give you a quick overview.
We're not paid for this.
Unless
you want to pay us.
Week 5. Yeah, if we start getting like paid, like a Patreon setup, we get paid advertisers, we will record at the same exact time and put out the same episode. On a regular schedule, to be exact.
I'll sell my soul. I will be Big Brother.
We will take
if I get paid for
sponsors, subs, whatever it takes, or maybe a job at CBS in case they're hiring for the next.
Not with how I'm about to criticize them at the end of this episode.
So, you want to just jump into it? You want to give us a quick overview of Week 5 and Ava's HOH?
Yeah. So I'm going to run through it. If you don't want to listen to Ava's HOH and you want to go straight to this week, Matt's going to put a time code at the bottom of this video and tell everyone when we start on the next week. So, that's your post.
Yeah, that'll be in the,
job.
I'll put that in the episode description, and that'll go in the YouTube description too.
Yeah.
A time code to skip Ava's week, but I don't know why you would want to skip any of this, what we have to say.
I mean, I'm real sad because I really loved Ava's HOH, so I'm going to give it to you rapid fire. I'm going to try not to miss anything along the way. Matt's going to sit and nod for most of it. It's going to be pretty unconventional for what we've done before, but I'm just going to go.
Hit it. Oh, hydrate first. All right, hang on. Sorry. I blew too early. All right, ready?
Yeah, I need water. I'm about to just talk for 10 minutes straight here.
Are you ready? You want me to send you off?
Yeah, sure.
Hit it.
Okay. It's the end of week 4. Jimmy just went home. R.I.P. Jimmy, our DC king.
Pour one out.
So Ava again knows how the vote's going to go. And she tells Rachel right after the blockbuster and before the voting starts that they don't have enough votes to evict Kelly because at this point, Rylie's sitting on the block with Kelly.
Jimmy is sitting on the block with Kelly.
Sorry. Yes. Oh, God.
There's a lot to cover.
There's a lot to cover.
Jimmy's on the block with Kelly.
Jimmy's on the block with Kelly. Ava goes to Rachel, says, we do not have the votes for Kelly. It has to be Jimmy. Keanu goes to console Rachel afterwards, and she says, quote, the irony of you coming to check on me is not lost on me. And he says he adores her as a person. And this, I think, is crucial, and I really wanted to hit on this point because this will set us up for the following week where this relationship kind of blossoms and it kind of grows. And I really think it's a dynamic duo, and I'm very interested to see where this goes. The best part of the Jimmy vote is Ashley's fuck up on her vote. It was fucking hilarious. I've never seen anything like it in Big Brother history. In fact, it hasn't happened in Big Brother history. Ashley goes down and she casts her vote. She can't decide who she wants to vote out. She votes to evict Jimmy. Then she gets in the hallway with Will and she's just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And she goes back into the room. She's like, no, I messed up. I vote to evict Kelly.
Meanwhile, Julie's shutting her down from the studio.
Yeah.
So funny.
She's like, no. And honestly, at this point, I have no idea that Ashley knows if she has casted her vote for Jimmy or she has casted her vote for Kelly. She has no idea. But regardless, Jimmy's evicted by a vote of 8-2. 9-2?
Yeah, that sounds right. I think it was 9-2.
9-2. Yeah. And he only hugs 2 people when he leaves. He hugs Rachel and he hugs Ashley. Not a good look for our girl Ashley there.
And Keanu tells her that right afterwards, right? He says, you've got some work to do. He hugged you second.
Yeah, exactly. And so now she's like, I don't know what to do. And Will is the MVP of this interaction right here because he goes to Ashley and he says, I'm not going to tell a soul because he saw her flub. And he's like, I have your back. I'm not going to tell anyone. You need to do damage control right now because everyone thinks you're the second vote. The worst thing that could happen to Ashley in this moment is that she is on the bottom of the vote. And I think everyone kind of sees through that. They know that she's basically the second vote, even though she denies it. She's not really good at convincing everyone that is the case.
Well, I'll be honest, like her worst case scenario for her from the fallout of that is just everyone recognizes maybe a little earlier that she's become a little gremlin for Rachel.
Yeah.
Right. Like she's become just
little minion.
Minion is maybe a better term.
Yeah.
She's a Rachel minion. So,
yeah.
Not the end of the game for her, but it's still embarrassing.
For sure. So then we're going to go next into the HOH. It's a elimination style HOH. I love these. It's a chance for people to show their cards, to put two of their, enemies up against each other. These noobs don't know how to play this. They're sitting around. Any volunteers? Anyone want to go up and play? So much weak sauce.
Well, that's the spirit of the house lately, is just waiting for volunteers for anything.
Yeah, and then of course Kelly nominates herself to go into a round of H.
Funny.
I'm like, Kelly, fucking stop nominating yourself. I can't watch it anymore. It hurts.
She's like,
stop.
no more heroin. I'm gonna do coke instead.
Yeah, I guess so.
No more volunteering to go up on the block, but I'll volunteer to go up to be eliminated for my chance of getting HOH.
Pretty much, yeah. So there are 11 rounds, and Ava only has to play in 2 of them, close to the final 2 rounds, and she ends up winning. It falls in her lap.
It's pretty clear that everyone in the house trusts Ava and doesn't have an issue with her being HOH, because no one feels the need to put her in any of these matchups until the very end. And then, I think she wins basically by default.
Well, it was down to her and Will, and I think anyone would have been happy with either of them winning, and Ava won. She moved like a mob boss that entire week.
Yeah. She was the godfather.
I was like, let's go. You have this compilation of Ava falling out of the hammock and breaking a popcorn ball, slipping and busting her ass in a veto competition where she was hosting.
Yeah.
She does all these. She spit up her drink one time when she was talking to Rachel, and she's like, what happened? And she's just this goofy, silly little girl. Not when she wins HOH.
Yes.
It is Ava's world. Everyone better stick to it.
No one-on-ones. If I need you, I'll call you.
It was crazy. Mickey, so Mickey asked what are the rules of the house this week, Ava's new HOH? She's like, I'm not taking 101s. I'm over that. And I was like, oh.
Pretty cool.
Okay, mic drop, girl. And then she immediately goes to Rachel. She pulls her aside and she says, it goes without saying, you'll move to the next week. So don't worry about it. That's it. Yep. That's all you need to know. And let's rock. Just focus on relationships. Ava tells Rachel Rylie to focus on relationships. That's crazy. When the mentee becomes the mentor. Yeah, that was
awesome.
basically the premise. She's like, there, you're good. Just be quiet and let me reign. And then Ava also goes to Zach and she tells him that he's good this week. Don't worry about it. You're good. And then she talks to Mickey and she talks to Will, and both of them, because she was going to put up Ashley, her third nominee was going to be Ashley, and both Mickey and Will go, no, it cannot be Ashley. And she goes, well, fuck, who is, okay, I guess I'll put up Zach. So she goes back on her word for Zach, which will be the ultimate downfall of the entire rest of the week. So with Zach, she also nominates Vince and Keanu. They are up on the block and they are playing in the veto. And the veto is kind of just like push a puck, land on a number, little bit of chance, little
kind
bit
of
of
a
luck,
memory game too.
Kind of a memory
you
game.
Have to remember the numbers on the board.
A little bit of skill based.
It's like shuffleboard.
Yeah, kind of like shuffleboard, except with dead bodies outlined on the.
It's like
board.
cool shuffleboard.
Cool shuffleboard would be cool for you with their dead bodies on it.
It's just like death themed shuffleboard. I don't know.
Moving on. Thank you. So I can't remember the style of this veto, what exactly it's called, but basically the first one eliminated wins the power of veto. And then there's some prizes you could win. There's some punishments you could win. And basically the following person that gets knocked out of the round, they get to pick from the prizes what they want. So we have Zach giving the London vacation that he won to Will.
Smart move.
Such a smart move. I think Zach is a way bigger strategic player than we were able to see or we give him credit for. He knows how to politic, and you know where politicking is good? In the challenge. So we're going to run this back when I tell you that Zach will be on CBS Challenge the next time around.
I think he's a shoo-in.
100%. 100%. He has the physicality for it. He, politics like crazy. It was
I think everyone likes him.
I mean, not enough to keep him this week. So Will walks away with a London vacation for him and his chocolate drop, his wife. And then we get punishments as well from this. We have Keanu as the butler. We have Vince as the hard-boiled detective. And we have Zach choosing Rachel for the joint punishment that he got, which was basically getting doused in blue slime for hours and hours and hours until they find the right component, and they have to be outside for it. It's miserable. It's wet. It's cold. Not fun, but he picks Rachel for it.
It's a nicer version of what Angela had to go through last season, where she was walking back and forth in the courtyard for with a grabber for something like 12 hours, right? And she got doused with slime or whatever every half hour. She had a fucking mental breakdown while she was doing this.
I was not an Angela fan, but it was freaking hard to watch, and I felt so bad for her.
It came off as cruel,
torturous,
honestly.
even.
And so I think that this time around they said, all right, we're gonna make it a little more lighthearted. We're gonna give you a chance.
Partner.
You have a partner. You have a chance to get out of it sooner and go from there. So I think that was them trying to rework that challenge a little bit. So that they don't have another just complete meltdown.
But put one tally up on the board where Matt mentions Angela again. She's not even on this season. Matt's a huge Angela fan.
I'm not a huge Angela fan.
You bring her up every single episode
because she was the
record.
biggest part of last season.
Yeah, so you're a big fan.
And she's still relevant. She's starting feuds with our favorite podcast, Figuring It Out with Matt Hardman. I don't like her taking shots at my favorite podcast, Figuring It Out with Matt Hardman, okay?
It's not. Anyways, so that veto, we got some rewards. We have some punishments. But Kat wins the veto. Good for her. And we get to the veto, and she doesn't use it. And Zach has the crucial moment where he can use his BB buyout power, which was from day one. He won the first comp. He won $10,000. Unbeknownst to the rest of the house, he could have cashed in that $10K, given it to the HOH, and got his safety post veto. Right. He does not do this. He was like, oh, I don't want Morgan to go up instead. What are you doing, dude? It's your life on the line. He was probably a little cocky. He probably thinks that he can just win Blockbuster. That doesn't happen, unfortunately.
Well, and he admits in the DR, I think I've been playing this game a little too selflessly. And I'm like, you shouldn't be playing it selflessly at all.
That's the whole point of the game, is so you win the money. Not so the whole house wins the money, so that your best friend wins the money. No, you have to play selfishly. If your ally goes home, that sucks. But you know what sucks more? You going home.
Right.
So that's crazy. He doesn't use it, but hey, he walks away with $10K. That's cool. And I get it's probably hard to give up $10K to the HOH that just put you on. He was pissed at Ava. Remember, Ava just said that you're good, you're safe, I'm not going to put you up. She puts him up. And he's like, I don't want to give $10K to that. Maybe she approached it a little bit differently and was like, hey, this is what I'm thinking. This is why, blah, blah. You're a shield, you're a pawn, whatever. Maybe if she talked a little bit more sweetly to him, he would have given it away, but no.
I know this is the lightning round, but I do want to butt in here for just a moment. He tells Morgan before the eviction ceremony, before the Blockbuster, I have this power, but I'm not going to use it because I don't want you to go up in my place. Morgan's name has already been thrown around as the replacement nomination.
No, he told her after.
Or after the veto ceremony.
After, when he couldn't do anything about it.
Before the Blockbuster,
yes.
after the veto ceremony, I had this power and I didn't use it. And I think that if he had confessed this to her before, she would have told him, Zach, you don't have the votes. It's not going to go the way that you think it does.
Well, Mickey was already trying to tell him that. And there was even a moment where he was like, oh, I think my position in the house has shifted a little bit. But, so then Keanu goes on to win Blockbuster. It was one of the ones with the poles, and you move the pieces around. All the colors have to align on the same pole.
You're shuffling a giant puzzle around.
Yeah, and it was actually a really fun one to watch because the whole time you don't really know who's ahead, and then you kind of see it in the last 10 seconds. It clicked for him, and Keanu the Comp Beast wins again. Good for him. He pulls himself off the block, and Zach goes home against Vince in a vote of 8-2. Which is hilarious because those two votes, if you were to tell me Zach went home, I knew nothing else what happened throughout this week, but Zach went home in a vote of 8-2, I'd say, oh yeah, those two votes were Morgan and Lauren who voted to keep him. No, they voted to evict him, and I thought that was so fucking funny.
He must have felt so foolish watching that back at home.
I felt bad for him. I felt bad for him. But
I think he could have gone a lot further. He just got kind of caught up in I don't think anyone expected or knew what Ava was going to do, but then he got caught up in all of the like the real relationships that you form in the house, and he lost sight of the gameplay there for a moment where his power up could have been what saved him. And I mean, even Julie, when he goes out for the exit interview, Julie takes her note cards and kind of whacks him on the head saying, "What were you thinking? I can't believe you didn't use that."
I was living vicariously through Julie at that point. I was like, thank you, Julie, for doing what all of America would like to do to Zach right now. Yeah. But again, he does go home with $10K, and that's on top of their stipend that they get for being in the house. The longer you stay in the house, the more money you accrue in your stipend, which is about like, there's been reports about $1,000 a week you get for the amount of time you stay.
Has anyone audited the Big Brother players? We should do that.
I don't know. But, well, I did see Rachel Riley's worth like $1.5 million.
Good for her.
Yeah. She's trying to almost, double that.
That's what I would do too.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Good for her. She's on track, by the way.
Yeah, she friggin' is after this week. But, so the way this that week kind of played out is a few key takeaways was that Will's starting to ramp up his game. We're seeing him play. We're seeing him protect. We're seeing him move in the house. I think before he was maybe a little bit of a floater, maybe, or at least riding the middle, or at least just kind of glomming on to certain people and moving with them, but not necessarily locking in certain alliances that we kind of see naturally forming. We see Mickey just absolutely start to annihilate her own game. And it's so sad to watch. I was such a big Mickey fan at the start of this season. When I saw her promo reel, I was like, that's it. That's who I want. She's my girl. And then it has slowly deteriorated ever since. And Big Brother Database, shout out, followed us back. Love to see it. They put out weekly charts of house guest votes from the audience. They get to vote on if they're loving the player, not loving them, or not sure. They have it for
like power rankings.
Yeah, they have it for every single player.
Like opinion based.
Yeah. And it is amazing because the way it starts out, you have Mickey going up and you have Keanu going down, and then all of a sudden they switch. And now Keanu is one of the more favorable house guests, and Mickey is like all the way at the bottom. It was crazy. And I think something has to do with the audience really rooting for Mickey, really loving her, like loving seeing what's going on. And then her just kind of starting to be messy. She is overplaying. She's telling too many people too many things. Her stories aren't adding up. And she's just saying unnecessary things to unnecessary people for no reason, and actually turning her allies against each other, which doesn't make sense at this point.
Never a good thing.
No, it's not.
She is, I think, I was telling our friend Nick this, like she, I think, is the best example of how paranoia can ruin your game in the house.
Absolutely. And I think that's what it is. And I think she's also, has a little bit of like her shit doesn't stink. I think she thinks she's running the game. She thinks she has everybody, and, expect the unexpected. So you have to stay on your toes. And I think she was just getting a little loose-lipped and too comfortable. But in the same breath, people are seeing this happen and their favoritism is waning from Mickey. And we're like, well, we need someone else to root for. You have a comp beast, Keanu. He is the social underdog in the house. No, he's not really in any alliances at this point, or he's trying to be, and no one's really taking him seriously. And he's pretty much probably going to go up on the block the whole time for the rest of the season. So I think America, likes the underdog story in that regard. So we start rooting for Keanu at the same moment that we start rooting against Mickey. So I just think it's a really interesting duality with those numbers and those stats. Big Brother Database, go check them out. They have a lot of interesting polls and a lot of engaging content that kind of makes you think about the house.
We can probably tag them on our story or something too.
Yeah, we could.
People can find them through us.
Yeah, no, they're awesome. And so I think the smartest move of the week will be Zach giving his veto prize, his trip to London, to Will, because Will tells him, I am never going to go against you, Zach. And that was one of Zach's 2 votes along with Rachel, because there was no chance in hell Rachel was voting to save Vince. No way.
Yeah.
So I think that was the smartest move of the week. We also get Rylie and Kat canoodling, smooching, Ava interrupting their intimacy. We have 5. I counted 5 from that week.
5 what? 5 kisses?
5 kisses on at least
just in the broadcast.
Just in the broadcast, not on lives.
Okay.
And then quotes of that week firing off really fast. Kelly, after she stays and Zach leaves. After Kelly stays and Jimmy leaves.
Yeah.
A lot of people, a lot of names. She says, "I'm a cockroach. You can't kill me." Which rewind to our last episode, and I say those same words. So I am just an echo chamber of Big Brother. Maybe Big Brother is an echo chamber of me.
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Again, they're ripping off our content.
Yeah, exactly. I see moves before they happen.
Right. We're the experts.
You're
the expert.
There's math. I can see math. I can see time.
You've got equations
in
in
space,
front of you. Yeah.
But I cannot remember what I ate for dinner last night.
What did you have for dinner last night?
Oh, no.
Who's going to be HOH next week?
Well, I don't know who's going to be it next week, but oh my God, what did we have for dinner last night?
If it makes you feel better, I can't remember either.
Oh no, tonight we had chicken Caesar salads and fancy Costco pizza that I put toppings on. This is really
interesting for people.
No. I went out yesterday and I got sushi for lunch, and then I ate that for lunch. I ate half of it, and then I ate the other half for dinner. That's right.
The lonely woman's dinner.
Lonely woman.
I was away. I was doing the other show.
His other woman, his other show.
Yeah, the other show. The other
Chad
podcast.
Dukes, his other woman.
Fortress Film Society. You have to pay for it. So, is that it? Is that the summary of the week?
Sorry, I have a couple more quotes here. We got out of a tangent of Kelly saying that she's a cockroach. So the other one is Ava when she's making her noms. She goes, "And that's why it's called Big Brother, not squatters' rights." I was like, so funny. I was like, yes, girl, give me more of those Jimmy one-liners since he's not here anymore.
I mean, I think that's a step up for me from a Jimmy one-liner. I don't know. I think it's just a little more. I think it's funnier, first of all. I think Ava is hilarious.
I just think you're so full of shit, even the toilet's jealous.
All right, that's a pretty good one, too.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That one really sticks with. I mean, I think that, in my mind, that's Jimmy's line. You know, that
oh, yeah.
Rachel has floaters grab a life vest. Jimmy has shit in the toilet.
Talking about shit in the toilet. Yeah. Jimmy has shit in the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my last quote of the week is also from Ava, and she says, "Vinny, your hand is in so many pots in this house, people would think you're a gardener." A little wordier. I think we could have edited that one a little bit, made it a little tighter, but I think it's funny. I have a very funny meme that I put out about it.
At Backdoors and Blindsides.
At Backdoors and Blindsides. It's very funny. The reason I make the memes is because it makes me giggle. And that's all that matters. And if, Jimmy likes a post and it gets over 2,000 views, I'll also take that, which happened.
Yeah. If you're watching or if you're listening to the show and you like our stuff and you have Big Brother mutuals, share our shit online, put it on your story or repost it or whatever, because it's getting out there. And yeah, we are reaching folks like we're reaching players like Jimmy and other people from the Big Brother online community. So share our shit.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Adrian also, I commented on one of his posts. He responded to me.
Yeah.
I felt like a little.
Hit us with those likes. If you see a comment on a post from Backdoors and Blindsides, hit us with that like.
Yeah,
get those likes up there for us.
I have one that went up to over 700 likes on CBS Big Brother's post. I just drop funny one-liners. Yeah. I'm a funny girl.
You're a funny girl. All right.
I'm a silly goose.
I've groveled enough.
And I think the winner of that, to me, goes to Ava and squatter rights.
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, a definitive quote for the season, right? And that's something that people will often come back to because it's so tied to it's directly tied to a move that anyone could make at any time. It's really just saying, hey, that's how it goes, right? Yeah. That is how we do, Yugi. And that's the that's what you've got to be okay with, is going up on the block. So yeah, Ava was a great HOH to watch. I love that we just get, weird flashes of a horror movie, but it's her just dancing in the room with a bottle of wine and her sunglasses on. I hope she gets it again. I think that she's playing all sides. Obviously she's tight with Rachel, but I also think that she has it in her to fuck Rachel over if she has the opportunity to and really solidify her resume.
Well, because she doesn't vote with Rachel.
Yeah.
She's still her own person. Like her and Rachel have a final 2 together now. But she is still her own person, and they're not like a voting unit, which I find very interesting. She still kind of makes her own decisions and holds her ground, but she definitely knows the lay of the land in the game. She knows what's going on, and she's using that to her advantage and letting her allies know what's going on too. So I think she's in a great position after this week. I think she's on nobody's radars even really after that. And I think she has the chance to go pretty far in this game. And this is an Ava Stan podcast.
Yeah, we're big fans. I think
just a silly little goose.
She hasn't done anything wrong yet. I think she knows what she's doing. I know we talked about it last time. She might be a master player. This might all be a ruse. Even when she's crying when someone goes home, I don't completely buy it.
No, I mean, after seeing how she ran her HOH, she is way more strategic than I think anyone was thinking, or the Big Brother blooper edits were giving her credit for.
Definitely. So, all right, that's a wrap on our mini episode then, right?
Yes.
We should just do them all that short.
No, because this week we have a shit ton to talk about.
I barely had to talk. That was like the best podcast I've ever done.
Yeah, I just went.
So fallout from Zach's eviction. Right off the bat, Mickey goes to Ashley and Will, and she says Rachel has to go. She's got to go. She's got to be next. Unprompted, by the way. It's not like Rachel came at her in that situation. Again, she's messy. She's paranoid. She is telling everyone all of her moves, and she's also not taking other people's games into consideration. One of the biggest things in the last week was like her and Ashley discussing the vote, and Mickey kept saying, well, whatever's best for my game. For my game in relation to Ashley.
I mean, vote what's best for my game, Ashley.
She's really talking to Ashley like she's her lackey.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'll be honest, I think Ashley performs that role with Rachel. But that doesn't mean that you should be spoken to like that.
Yeah.
And it's also just not good for your game to treat anyone like they're below you in that situation. You need people to feel empowered so that they feel comfortable, so that they keep you around.
Right. And one of my biggest pet peeves in any competition reality TV show is you can plan for 10 moves ahead. Sure, fine, plan it. Talk about it in the DR. Figure it out. Plant seeds, whatever. But I hate when people say, oh, like, this person needs to go. We need to do this. We need to do that. The HOH has not been played. Shut your fucking mouth, Mickey.
Right.
Shut your fucking mouth if you want to make it another week, because you don't know how that's going to play out.
You have like an hour of downtime between the eviction and the HOH comp.
Right.
Why don't you just go sit on the fucking toilet for a few minutes, collect yourself. Don't be blowing up your own game in this short amount of time.
Yeah, I just hate when people vocalize too many moves ahead, and just leaves it hanging out there, because you don't know if that's actually going to be put into motion. You don't know what's going to happen in the next 30 minutes. So talk about what's right in front of you. Talk about, I want to win HOH. One of us needs to win HOH. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. It's, hey, here's what's going to happen if this person wins, which coincidentally is what's going on between Ava and Rachel. Ava takes Rachel aside and just tells her, or really confirms, I think anyone's anxiety, if you don't win, you're going to be put up because I can't help you.
Yeah, because Ava has to sit out for this HOH.
So she, again, is the mentee becoming the mentor, telling her, you have to win this week, Rachel, because if you don't, you're going to be up and no one can protect you.
Again, because Ava is so friggin' plugged in.
She knows exactly how the game.
She knows what's happening.
And it's great to see. It's great to see her in that position of knowledge, right? That position of power. And then we get right into the HOH competition, which is sort of like Scream themed, right? Prom night slasher, creepy phone calls.
Fun.
It is fun. Everyone's dressed up in their prom night gowns and tuxedos. Who's the best looking of the bunch from this comp? Best dressed, I should say.
Best dressed, I definitely think, is Kat. She has this cute little polka dot dress on.
Yeah, the polka dots.
But Rachel Rylie is in this silver gown and these like black lace gloves. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, this just looks like a normal Tuesday for Rachel.
Yeah, I mean, I
This
just
attire
assumed
is
that
just-
she brought that from home.
Yeah.
While everyone else had to go through wardrobe, right?
Which, by the way, that was the comment that I left on CBS Big Brother's Instagram, and I got
blown
over.
up.
Yeah, it's blown up. Got over like 700 likes on that.
Go hit it with a like
Small,
right now.
Small wins.
It's the
Small
post,
wins, honestly.
It's just the photos of everyone in their prom photos and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It's really fun. So it's a memory-based game. Everyone has a certain amount of time to go through this whole quote-unquote house. What it is it's 6 rooms divided up between 2 floors,
And I
all
really
next
like
to each other.
I really like the form factor of it because you get to see all 6 rooms.
It's a fun one to watch.
It's 3x3 stacked. It reminds me of anyone who watches Next Level Chef with Gordon Ramsay. They have a set that's very similar to that. Obviously, it's 3 different types of kitchens all stacked up on each other, but it's like in this like production space, and you can kind of see it all at once on one camera view. And so it reminded me of that, and it's just really fun.
Pretty fun. Yeah. I love anything that is just like like a large scale, right? I mean, we'll get into like OTEV as well, but just like, I love the scale of the Big Brother comps. Like they can really build like an entire amusement parks in this limited space. And it's always really fun to see that reveal. So everyone has time to, canvas these 6 rooms, collect as many details as they can. They don't know what they're looking for. They just know that they're going to have to recall things from these rooms. And then round by round, the caller tells them where they should hide to avoid getting killed. And it has to do with the detail, of the house. Which room has, hide in the room that has a clock set to midnight. Hide in a room that has this, this many dolls in it, whatever it may be. Hide in a room that has this color trim on the walls, right? And so right off the bat, like half of the house gets eliminated, right?
It's so funny.
And Ava's sitting there. She's like, it's funny. She's complaining about how she had just a couple moments of peace and quiet before half of the fucking house comes back because they lost out on the comp.
Ava's not out there with them.
Yeah, she's sitting out there by herself.
Yeah.
So, right off the bat, like half the house goes, house divided too. And before we know it, we are down to just Morgan and Rachel. 2 complete opposite sides of the house.
If you're sitting out in that living room, you're probably shitting yourself one way or the other.
Yeah, because
you're holding your breath.
It's pretty clear if Morgan wins, Rachel's going up, no question. And if Rachel wins, Morgan's going up, no question. Because Rachel is trying to tear apart that side of the house, that alliance where Zach was, where Morgan was, where Vince is, etc. So we get one final round. I think it's like which room has more red cups than blue cups or something like that. And
they pick 2 separate rooms.
Pick separate rooms. It's a little confusing to figure out like how they actually made these decisions. I guess they had to like inform production where they were going before they did that.
Yeah, they did say you have to lock it in before you go to the room, but like we didn't see that.
It's a little
part.
It's a little odd.
A little sus.
A little
because
fishy.
Listen, if I'm Big Brother production, we are how many weeks in now? We just covered
6.
Week 5. This is week 6 now. We are 6 weeks into this. And we have not had Rachel Rylie win a goddamn thing.
No. She's come close. She's been in the final for a veto comp. I think she's been in the final for an HOH comp.
Doesn't matter. Close doesn't mean shit. That's in the Big Brother house. I mean, absolutely nothing. So if I'm production, we kind of need our money's worth from Rachel now. We need a Rachel Rylie win. So I'm not saying that they manipulated that. But we can get into it much later. It'll be the bulk of the show.
Sure. I have to get my tinfoil hat from the garage
before
we can get into that.
Yeah. I think they manipulated something else. Big Brother production did. But I think this Rachel win came at a very crucial time for the Big Brother show itself.
Absolutely. So there you have it. Everyone's worst fear becomes a reality, right? Rachel's the HOH. We're fucked. She's going to gun hard. She doesn't care about getting blood on her hands. She's Rachel Rylie. And so, of course, everyone immediately falls into a panic. Vince is already, like, predicting backdoor scenarios. He's like, if I don't get put up now, I'll get put up then, and this is what can happen to me. He immediately starts fucking spiraling. And Rachel starts throwing around her potential noms, one of which being Mickey. And someone who is between the two, who has really been flip-flopping on whether she likes Mickey or not, is Ashley.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashley, surprisingly enough, decides to protect Mickey in this instance. Now, she doesn't shoot down any of Rachel's accusations. She tries to play it more like, I think it makes more sense to keep her around, at this time. And Will is secretly kind of going to bat for Mickey as well, but he's trying to be under the radar about that. He doesn't want to cross Rachel, at least at this point. Well, and neither does Ashley, but she sees numbers in Mickey, which she's right. They seem to trust each other.
Well, I think the thing that's happening is that Will feels like he's in the middle. He's really good with Rachel. He's really good with Mickey and Morgan. And he has said multiple times in episodes that, like, I don't want to get in the middle of this. I just want you guys to do your thing, and I'll kind of support you both. So I think if Mickey won and, you know, Rachel was up there, he kind of would have been okay with that, but not really because she's still her out. Like, I don't think he would have had the same response, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And that's honestly been a part of his game is he's not a non-player. Like, honestly, like, I hate to say it, but like Lauren, who's just seems like he's always like, she's just always there, just around. We have no idea where she's going. He's just playing super quietly. By
the way, at this point, we have not seen Lauren in 4 episodes.
We see her in the credits.
We see her slow-mo in the credits, production's names overlaid on top of them as she's, you know, turning her head slowly or walking. And I'm just like, where the hell is Lauren? The most interesting part about Lauren was that Zach was pursuing her.
Right.
For a showmance. And she was like, nah, I want to play Big Brother.
Right. She's like a super fan.
Yeah, but you got to give me more than that, Lauren.
Yeah.
You got to give me more. And she does at the end of the week.
Right.
She does.
And maybe she was biding her time, right? Now the distraction is gone. Zach's out of the house. But here's what I don't understand about Ashley campaigning for Mickey is this is Rachel Rylie. She's not going to be swayed by anyone in the house. She's going to do exactly what she envisioned.
You cannot do a manipulate on Rachel Rylie.
She's got a clear path. In her eyes, she has a clear path to the end of the game, at least how she wants it all to go. So you're not going to convince her to do something or not do something. Just keep your fucking mouth shut. Because now all you've done is show Rachel that
where you lie.
You want to be friends with everyone. You need to play loyal to Rachel. You need to say whatever you say. That sounds great. I'm with you.
Stroke that ego. You're the best Big Brother player in history. You're going to be a 2-time winner. Whatever you say, I'll follow whatever you want.
Vote with her HOH. And then you actually make a move when you're ready to break that trust. When
Sure.
It counts. When she's up on the block. You got to keep your mouth shut until she's up on the block. And so I think it was silly for Ashley to try and protect Mickey, because I think that, well, obviously it was silly because she ends up going up anyways, but it's a waste of breath. I think it just puts you in a worse position in the house, but also, you know, Rachel's going to keep Ashley around for a long time because, like we said, she's kind of playing that minion role.
Right. So we get nominations and Rachel puts up Morgan, Mickey, and Vince. Holla fucking Luya. We are playing Big Brother.
Right.
We are playing the game. Thank you, Rachel, for doing something interesting and big by putting these 3 huge players up. They're
Right.
all 3 just heavy hitters, not as in the heavy hitter alliance, which is no more, but
they've been involved in all of these moves
Yeah.
in the last couple of weeks.
They have alliances with everyone.
Mickey and Morgan got Jimmy out with her HOH. Vince played a big part in that eviction, right? He was up as maybe a replacement nom, and he pushed for Jimmy instead. So this is Rachel getting her revenge for sure, and breaking up the group that I guess this is still the melting pot, right? It was them plus Zach. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say, you know, it's not like unpredictable, but it's still a big move. And yeah, it is interesting because now friends have to be pitted against each other. You know, friends are competing against each other. And for once, I'm just not looking at Keanu or Kelly.
Yeah,
Isn't that nice?
Thank God.
Isn't it nice to just take a little break? And don't get me wrong, I love when they win. It's cool to see that arc continue, but I'd just like a different type of television for 3 or 4 days. So thank you, Rachel. And thank you for liking and subscribing to Backdoors and Blindsides.
Which, if you rewind 2 or 3 weeks ago, if you told me Rachel won HOH, I'd be like, Keanu's on the block.
Yeah.
She's putting Keanu on the block. Now those 2 are getting a little close.
Well, now he has actual allies. I mean, I think for a while it was just we assumed that Keanu was going up no matter what.
Yeah.
Now he's got people who are interested in keeping him around.
Well, his biggest enemy didn't put him on the block
Crazy.
and actually solidified an alliance with him.
Smart.
That's crazy.
I mean, that's like real playing, right?
The frenemies is their final two that they have together.
She's moving with the house. She's changing her game as the game unfolds. That's what you need to be doing.
Let's talk about. So Rachel has a final two with Keanu. Rachel also has a final two with Ava. Two very interesting people to choose a final two with. You have Keanu, who's this like big comp beast guy. He's won, I don't even know, 5 competitions at this point. He's won
think so, at
least
three vetoes,
2 block.
At least 1 blockbuster. He's won the most comps out of anyone in the house right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So and he's kind of, he doesn't really play a social game all that much. Like he's been trying to get traction with it, trying to do something after he's dug himself some holes. But then on the other hand, you have Ava, who is this social butterfly.
Right.
Who knows where the votes are going to go, who was a mob boss last week in her HOH, who is kind of, I think, running the game on the DL, at least with the other house guests. Like she kind of, like she's not a target. No one's targeting Ava. No one's saying, hey, she's this mastermind. We got to get her out. No one's doing that.
No one views her as a threat.
Those are Rachel's 2 final twos, which I think is incredible for her. She needs someone to go be that social butterfly for her and to, kind of push her agenda secretly. But then she also needs the reassurance in hard tactical things like comp wins, which is Keanu.
Right.
So it's great for her. And you'll see this week that she also kind of pads herself in some other alliances too. So
she kind of scoops up Kelly.
Yeah, she kind of scoops up Kelly, and then she even scoops up freaking Vince.
Crazy.
What?
Crazy that somehow Vince ends up in this like alliance while he's also on the block. And well, yeah, I mean, let's just get into that. Does that happen before or after Veto? I think it was after Veto.
It happened after Veto, which like we can just note on now, but continue chronologically. So the Judges is the new alliance that formed, and it's Vince, Morgan, Ashley, Will, Rachel. No Mickey. Morgan is trying to distance herself from her, and we don't know if Mickey's going to stay or go, depending on who wins Blockbuster. And then no Ava, who, again, Rachel is on the final two with.
Right.
And I know Will's really close to her, and I'm pretty sure Ashley's close to her as well. So it's interesting that Ava doesn't get pulled in. I'm surprised that Ava didn't get pulled into that room over Vince.
Well, I don't think any of it makes sense. I don't know why Rachel would make an alliance with Vince and Morgan unless she was told to. And I don't want to get into that. You're right.
Don't spoil it yet.
You're right.
Keep them hanging on the edge of their seats. What are they going to talk about at the end?
We know everyone's listening for the same reason. I mean, let's be honest.
So we got our noms, Morgan, Mickey, Vince, and then we have the Veto comp, and it's OTEV.
Classic
OTEV.
OTEV.
Happens every season. You know what OTEV means, right?
What's Veto spelled backwards?
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Did you think I didn't know that?
I don't know.
Were you just going to bust me and make me look like a huge fucking idiot on my own podcast?
I was going to do
bullshit.
gotcha.
That's so shitty. Why would you do that? You're just going to rob me of all my credibility?
Wow.
That sounds like other people I do podcasts with.
I don't know. I just wanted to make sure. You didn't know what the name of our own podcast was. Backdoors and Blindsides. You didn't know what a backdoor was. I had to explain that to you like 4 times, like you were 5 years old.
I got it now, though. Jimmy was backdoored.
Why was Jimmy backdoored?
Because he got put up after the Veto right before the noms, and then he got kicked out of the house right away. It was an unexpected nomination.
Right.
And then a blindside is an unexpected like elimination.
Yes.
I got it.
Okay.
Fuck.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure.
OTEV.
Veto
He's a
spelled
mob
backwards.
boss. Just like Ava.
I know. I was like,
boss.
it seems like they have some ideas from how the last week went.
And so we get HOH and noms, Rachel, Vince, Morgan, Mickey, and then they pull Will and Lauren.
Yep.
I think it's bullshit that Will gets pulled for all of these comps because
he's played in everyone. He goes out so early in all
for the last like 4 weeks, without fail, on my show sheet, I've never had to delete Will is ass at competitions. That bullet point has remained on here for a month now.
Does he need to be good though? I mean, he was on the block a couple times back to back, but
you need to be better than consistently first out.
That's fair. I was trying to give him some
I
help there.
don't get it. It just seems like he's often making like really bad mistakes. But yeah, I mean, he's got the social protection, so it's not like I don't think he's at risk. It's just kind of annoying to watch.
Yeah.
I'm like, how often do I have to watch Will blow it 30 seconds into a comp? But yeah, they have to recall Big Brother history from this past season, right?
Kind of like trivia.
Yeah. And it's honestly the last 6 weeks, right? You're not going into I like later on in this.
Deep.
Yeah, it gets harder. I know it's like really towards the end of the show where they have to ask you like what day did this happen on, day 31, day 57.
So
that's the hard shit.
You'll hear them talking about or like doing their days, they call it, where they'll say day 1 this happened, day 2 this person was nominated, day 6 this person was evicted by a vote of 8 to whatever, and and like they keep track of all of that information because every season at the end the final HOH has to do with remembering the days.
Right. But this is like that's the hard mode version of this kind of game almost. Yeah. And they have to run through obstacle and, filth and sludge to get the correct answers. It's a house guest name, I think.
So halfway through the veto, they're kneeling on the top platform and Mickey leans over to Lauren and says, hey, if you're not going to win this and you're not going to use the veto, can you just throw it? Can you just throw it to someone who needs the veto?
Where is she coming from with all of these insane requests? It's every week she's asking someone to do something fucking crazy.
Lauren is not Mickey's ally.
Yeah. I mean, this really doesn't help the accusations of Morgan being a dictator in the house, just assuming, if you win the veto, you're not going to use it, right? Like, you're not going to use the veto, so just throw this comp, right, Lauren? I mean, honestly, it's worse than Vince begging Catherine to give him the power veto last week.
I've been watching this show for years. Please give me the veto. Shut the fuck up. You lost, Vince.
That was embarrassing and pathetic. For Mickey, it's just stupid. Vince was already on the bottom in that situation. Mickey, there was no reason to show everyone that you're that desperate and trying to control the way that the game is being played.
Just Lauren's not your ally. And guess what could happen so easily, because Lauren and Rachel, I mean, they kind of have at this point a somewhat working relationship. They're not necessarily against each other, but they're not really working together in any alliances. Very easily, if Mickey won that veto, she easily could have put Lauren up.
Yeah.
Who would she be upsetting? Kind of Rylie, kind of Kat.
It'd be so easy.
Kind of Vince. But that's it. She doesn't really like any of those people anyways.
Yeah. Again, Mickey is blowing up her own game because she can't keep it together.
I'm just like, girl, stay in your lane. Worry about what you need to worry about. How about you worry about executing? How about you worry about doing better yourself? Instead of begging someone to give it to you. It's just not respectful respectable in my book.
Yeah. So by that point, Will had been sitting out for about an hour and a half, I think. And it ultimately comes down to, I think it's 3 players, right? I think left up there, it's either Rachel, Morgan, and Lauren, or Rachel, Mickey, and Lauren, right?
Yeah, no, I think 3 went out all at the same time.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So OTEV, it may have been like shortest OTEV in history.
I'm used to it going a lot longer.
It's usually longer. It's usually comes down to 2 people, but the other people fucked it up, grabbed the wrong names, and it kind of was like, oh, Lauren won.
Right.
It's all over.
Lauren wins her first comp of the season, right? She wins the power veto.
No, she won HOH.
Oh, that's right. She was.
How did you?
No, it's because her HOH was so fucking boring. I already forgot that she was HOH. That's a shoot, by the way.
I know.
That's a straight fucking shoot.
I know.
All right, so she wins her second comp, and I'm going to say the same thing next week. I'm going to forget about this one too. Well, actually, maybe not, because this actually had some crazy consequences. Lauren wins the power veto. The super fan wins OTEV. I think that's a big deal for her. I want to talk about fandom and OTEV and some of these comps really quick, though.
Sure.
Because the whole time, Vince is also talking about how excited he is to play OTEV because he's a super fan, and he keeps fucking up. He fucks up OTEV. He fucks up other veto comps. He has got to figure out that you can't be bragging about being a super fan if you're this bad at the game, dude. Because that's the problem. Is it's so much worse for him because he is this self-proclaimed, Big Brother expert.
He's just doing
and
his
he's
best.
Just fucking up left and right. So I
but
wish
he did
would
win an
stop
HOH
talking
too.
about that. I know, but just the whole I've been waiting for 10 years. I like Vince. I'm rooting for him. I wish he would stop talking about how much he loves the show and how great it is for him to be there, though.
Well, the reason that they're showing him say that so often, right, is because you have people like Keanu who haven't seen more than a highlight reel of the last 26 seasons of Big Brother.
Yeah.
So they need to show that
comparison.
Vince is a super fan. They need to show that Lauren's a super fan because those are the only two super fans outside of obviously Rachel, who is reality TV royalty.
Yeah.
None of these other people are really watching it like the two of them watch it, like Rachel's involved in it, right? Like, so they kind of have to be like, remember, you're into Big Brother.
I just think that we could be a little more we just need more dignity, I think, across the house with some of these players. Honestly, Vince needs more dignity. Let's rein it in some. But Lauren winning Veto, ultimately, I mean, like, natural progression of the week, Veto will change up the game. Lauren winning Veto really flipped the rest of the week upside down to where we are
starting to play.
We are a couple hours post broadcast for the Thursday show, and we're still trying to figure out what the fuck happened. So do you just want to get into it from there? Replacement nominees and such? Yeah,
so Lauren goes back and forth. Does she use the veto? Does she not use the veto? Who would be the replacement nom? I don't know. I can't lose Vince like I lost Zach last week. I mean, it would be a huge blow to Lauren's game if she lost Zach, who was lusting after her last week, and then if she lost Vinny this week, that would not be good for Lauren's game.
She had a final two with Vinny,
right? And Vinny also forgot he had a final two with Rylie.
Oh, we should talk about that really quick. Vince forgetting all of his final twos that he made.
Yeah, there's a scene from tonight Thursday's episode, and Kelly mentions, "Oh yeah, our final two, Vince," and he's like, "Yeah, final two for sure. I've been singing that this whole time."
It's fucking no wonder, dude. No wonder you got to where you were, and now you're a huge target. You made not only did you make all these alliances, you forgot about them, so he wasn't protecting anything.
No, and then he has another conversation with Rylie after Riley's renommed, skipping ahead a little bit there, but says the same thing to him, and Riley's like, "Yeah, our final two," and Vince is like, "We have a final two together." We do. Oh, okay. Yep. We do. And again, I was hoping that Vince being on the block and coming this close to Big Brother death last week, that he was going to reshape his game. Yeah. He even said it. He was like, "How did I get here? Like, I got to figure it out. I got to play better, whatever." And then just proceeds to do the same shit that he's been doing. He forgets his alliances, and then he overcommits, and then underperforms.
I think Vince needs allies to go home to fix his game.
I think Vince needs some duct tape over his mouth.
Well, then his mustache might come off.
That's true.
You can't do that.
That would be. Could you imagine a strip of duct tape?
Sure.
Across. You're the one with the mustache. I'm
yeah,
asking
I know.
you.
It's my greatest fear. I think about it every day. It's why I don't use duct tape for anything. I use staples.
Oh my God.
Staples on everything. I'm not going to accidentally staple my mustache. No adhesives.
Okay.
In this house.
Yeah.
So Lauren decides to use the veto.
But not before that Lauren is caught in the storage room with Vince and Morgan.
With her two candidates for the veto.
Right. Morgan's trying to play this angle of I'm just getting irritated even thinking about it. I don't even know if I can say it. I'm just so irritated by it. Morgan goes to Lauren and says, "Hey, Zach didn't want me to tell anyone. And just to let you know, he had this power. He could have cashed in his 10K and stay, but he used it to save me and you. And I owe it to Zach to play this game with you and to protect you, Lauren."
Yeah.
No.
Makes perfect sense.
It hurt. It hurt to listen to this.
It's grasping. I've never seen grasping.
And even
before.
It cuts to Lauren in the DR and she's just laughing whatever, Morgan.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay, let's make sure we have this right. So Morgan was lusting after Zach. Zach goes, I only have eyes for Lauren. And Lauren kind of goes to Zach and is like, I only have eyes for Big Brother. And so it's not really a triangle. It's more like linear.
Yeah.
And so now the person who had the biggest crush on Zach and who Zach shunned for Lauren, they're teaming up together. I don't buy it.
In a perfect world for Morgan, maybe.
Yeah, for Morgan, because she has nowhere else to go right now.
All she has is new alliances to form because everyone keeps getting cut down. Because I think Mickey's next.
I mean, her trust with Mickey is on the rocks.
Right. So she gets busted in there with the two of them, right? When Rachel storms in.
Yeah. And one of my favorite things is Rachel not speaking, but she just makes these faces. I don't even know if I can recreate them. She's just like.
She gives him kind of like a teacher face.
I can't raise one eyebrow, but
it's like a teacher challenging her, goofball students. That's the energy that I get.
Yeah, and she's very quiet, and she lets people talk. She'll accuse them or blow up at them, but then she's quiet and will just look at you. Say something.
See, I'll just start making noises. That's not going to work on me. I'm like, oh, I have a platform now. I'm just going to make fart noises or start doing my Jim Carrey impression.
Lauren's getting whiplash because Rachel's being like, I don't know, you might not want to use it. She doesn't want to push too hard, but she's trying to let Lauren to come to the conclusion not to use it. So she's getting that side from Rachel. She's having Vince being like, please, please, please. I mean, he begged for his life with Kat last week to use the veto. So he's probably working Lauren for sure to use it on him. And then Morgan's trying to work. We don't really see Mickey trying to work on her because I think Mickey knows that she's not even a contender for this. But yeah, Rachel comes and she basically walks Lauren. Lauren's like, I'm going to go brush my teeth. I can't, I'm already stressed out. I don't need to be in this confrontation right now. And then, Lauren leaves and Rachel looks at them and goes, real classy guys, and then leaves. And Vince and Morgan are like, what the fuck? And Vince follows her and is like, I'm not doing anything out of the ordinary. My friend won the veto. I'm asking her to use the veto on me. Is that not how you play?
It's a mistake, I think, to just be confronting her on any of this stuff, though.
No.
The more opportunity you give Rachel to raise her voice in a room, the worse off you're going to be if you're the center of her attention.
This is true.
I think you need to cut all of those conversations as short as possible and move on.
Don't follow her and let her cool off and then reapproach her with a clear head. I think that's the best way to have a conversation with Rachel Rylie after a blow up.
Use it against her. Go into a room that she's not in. You guys aren't going to believe what Rachel just pulled. Exemplify her behavior, right? It's obvious what she is doing. Why don't you just put that out into the open? Hey guys, everyone sees this, right? She's making, something out of nothing. In her nomination speech, she addressed all of us like we were secretly fucking over everyone in the house. You can point that type of thing out. You can point out that manipulation, but that's what everyone is afraid to do, I think.
Yeah. And so we do have Lauren playing capital B, big capital B brother this week. She not only wins the veto, she decides to use the veto, which I believe this is the first time this season that someone won the veto who wasn't on the block and actually used it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Right? Because the week prior, Kat won and she did not use it.
Yeah.
She wasn't on the block, but she didn't use it.
Keanu won 3 weeks in a row and then Kat didn't use it. So yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So Lauren uses it to save an ally. We haven't seen this yet happen. She goes to Rachel beforehand. She goes, I don't know what to do. I'm going to use it. I'm going to save Vince. I can't lose him like I lost Zach. And Rachel goes, okay, well then I'm going to put up one of your allies. I'm going to put up Rylie. And Rachel's in the Lauren's in the DR like, oh, she's just bluffing. She won't actually do that, right? No, she did. Rachel Rylie doesn't bluff.
Yeah,
she blows up.
That's the crazy part is when has she ever tried to bait and switch someone or make any type of fake assurance?
If anything, you always know how Rachel Rylie is feeling. You
Yeah.
know what she's thinking. You know how she's moving. You might not know her whole game plan, but you know who she likes and who she doesn't like.
And I think people could be using that to their advantage, but they're not. Like, they're too scared. They're just not thinking clearly. They think it's best to just stay out of their way or stay out of her way. But I do think that you could use that against her. Maybe it's too late at this point because she's got her minions all set up.
Well, yeah. So then she looks at Lauren. She raises her eyebrow and she goes, Rylie, take a seat. And everyone's mouth is just like,
yeah, mouths agape. Everyone's shocked. It's a vulgar display of power.
absolutely. Ooh, what a good way to say that.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Riley's up. Clearly didn't expect it. No one did. Catherine immediately has a fucking meltdown because her showmance is on the block all of a sudden.
The only person that saw it coming was Lauren.
Right.
Rachel told her point blank, I will put up Rylie if you use this. She uses it. She puts up Rylie. She looks at Lauren and basically before she nominates Rylie, she signals to the whole house that this is Lauren's fault. Lauren's in the storage room afterwards, upset. Kat comes in and she's like, I'm not happy with you. Why did you use it?
You got to keep a calmer head in that situation. I think Lauren needs to give Catherine some space and, not go right into this like tearful, angry confrontation that comes out of something like that.
Yeah.
Now I think it's pretty clear, like for Lauren, just like from everyone else looking at her decision here, like what other choice did she have? She wanted to save like her alliance. I think it's pretty like everyone knew that they were working together, right? So I don't think it was like a big shock that she wanted to use it. Look, it's a Rachel Rylie HOH. Someone's getting killed, right? And you just got to make sure that it's not you or maybe the closest person to you. You
4
can't be
huge
too worried
targets
about
on that block she put up.
You can't be worried about optics under Rachel because she's going to fuck with the optics no matter what. Someone's going to look bad no matter what. Do your best to just choose the lesser of two evils. Do I want someone pissed at me? Do I want to guarantee, would I rather have everyone in the house be happy with me? Or would I rather guarantee one of my biggest allies safety for this week so that we can win next week and figure it out? I think it makes sense. I think that she made the right call. I think it would have been a huge mistake to not use Veto here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Vince would have had a high chance to go home if she did not use that.
I mean, second week in a row.
She would have been fucked. Her game would have been fucked. She would have had nowhere to go except for Kat and Rylie. But let's get into it.
All right. We're like just about an hour in. So I think if we really try to keep it tight, we'll be done about 2.5 hours into the show.
Yeah.
Why don't you start?
I love a little conspiracy theory. I love a little one, like the show is called Big Brother.
Yeah.
What is Big Brother? Go back to George Orwell, right? It's about surveillance at the government level. It's about knowing what people are doing at all times, cameras everywhere. Guess what the government also does to you? They lie, cheat, and steal.
Oh man!
And tax the fuck out of you.
And we're doing we're breaching into new territory on the internet.
Yeah, we're a
Should
political
share this
podcast
on a couple
now.
Reddit pages.
No. And I think this is where I start to unravel my roll of tinfoil. And
this is our audition reel for InfoWars, by the way.
I'm artsy, so I'm making a little hat.
Right.
Putting it on my head. You can't fucking control me. I see through the shit. I know what's happening. This is a competition reality TV show. There's production to it.
Sure.
Production manipulates the conversations that people have in the diary room. They might ask you, Matt, I see you're close with Ava, but is she that close with you? And you're like, you're answering as a house guest. And you're like, yeah. Well, like what? And
I mean, they literally gaslight contestants, right?
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
There's a job.
It's
someone probably has the title of just like reality TV gaslighter.
Probably. So production is back there moving them like puppets.
Right.
You know, they know most of the time what's going to happen and when, and they can influence house guests unbeknownst to the viewers at home. You don't see their whole diary sessions. You don't see what they talk about in there. It's completely private, right? This is what I think happens. Rylie has gotten a lot of hate online. A lot. So he started out as the least liked house guest in the entire season. And this, again, shout out Big Brother data.
Yeah. Like audience polls.
Audience polls.
Least favorite. Yeah.
Least favorite. Continually. It has dipped. It has continued to dip. He has been last in multiple different sources that I've been keeping track of. He is the lowest on all of them. And which is so funny because in the house, people are like, yeah, we love Rylie. Oh, he's such a good guy. We love him. We love him. We love him. Everyone thinks he's, you know, America's favorite player right now. And they could not be any more wrong. You even see Zach commenting on it. I saw him on Twitter saying, or X saying that, you know, he didn't realize what America was thinking. But basically, in summation, people online in the Big Brother community do not like how Rylie is treating Kat. And we're not talking about what's happening on TV. That's not what we're talking. We're not talking about the episodes.
The edit.
Because the TV episode edits are stitching together a romance, a showmance. We love to see it. They're like, yes, 2 people are hooking up in the Big Brother house. We're horny production. We're going to promote this.
Yeah.
And
we're going to leak footage of Tucker and Rabina. Like,
that sucks.
Some slimy shit that's come out of that office,
I felt so bad for them. But they're excited about this. Big Brother production is. So they're pushing this to the audience. Look, we got a showmance. We got a showmance. You like Love Island, right? Yeah. Here. And so people are not liking on the live feeds how Rylie is treating Catherine. They're calling him a manipulator. They're calling him a controller, controlling her, gaslighting her, tearing her down so he can be the one that builds her back up. There are some nasty, nasty words and very strong accusatory words that are going on online about Rylie. And I think it's important to note that you're not in the house. You're in a fish tank. Right? Everyone's watching you. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's being shown. You don't know what 4 cameras of the live feeds are on. You have no idea how people are feeling about you from inside the house. No clue. And people don't like their relationship. It's hashtag save cat, free cat. Yeah.
There's a call for her to be I don't know, is rescued the right word?
Yeah, no.
I mean, the motion is to get Rylie out of the house. People were for weeks, but especially in the last couple of days.
Go look at every single Big Brother Instagram post, and it's just like, when are you evicting Rylie? When are you getting Rylie out? When are you removing Rylie from the game? Rylie needs to go. Fuck Rylie. Oh, Riley's creepy. He's gross. Every single post that has nothing to do with Rylie. Yeah. Everyone's writing online. They're getting hundreds of likes on it. This really is a Big Brother PR nightmare.
Crisis, yeah.
They don't know what to do about it. They can't pull Rylie from the game because he has not done anything physically yet. He has not hit her, right? He has not, screamed in her face until she cried and reported him to the DR. Well, you're seeing Kat confide in people like Ava and saying, oh, he's just so great. It's hard for me to fall for someone and commit to someone. Usually, outside of the house, I'm seeing, a romantic interest 1, maybe 2 times a week. But other than that, I don't need to be suffocated. I don't like it. I don't do it. And she even said being in the Big Brother house has now kind of forced me to be more open, to move a little faster than I would, things like that. She is talking up Rylie and saying how much she really likes him, which is hard, right? She's not in the DR saying he gives me the creeps. He won't leave me alone.
Right.
That's not what's happening. She is seemingly in private conversations with other house guests in the DR and with Rylie saying that she likes him, which is the problem.
Right. And you know, all of these, I don't even like the word like accusation, but like these are all perceptions that are being manifested through Instagram comments, through social media groups. I'm sure people have said they're reaching out to production. I don't really know what that means, but
so
I'm sure
I think it was her stepmom or her mom, Catherine's mom, reached out to CBS production.
Do we have like proof of that? I mean, like I don't doubt that it didn't happen, but like how do we know? Like she said that she got in touch with them?
Yeah, and was waiting
Okay.
to make a statement until after something happened.
Okay.
So basically they don't like how he's treating her. They don't like the manipulation that's happening, but listen.
Alleged manipulation.
Alleged. But no, it's Big Brother. The only reason people are upset with this is because it's in the context of a romantic relationship, right? Like, these are not the qualities that I would want in a partner. Watching him do what he's doing. That's what people are saying.
They're not thinking about game at all.
No.
This is a person-on-person relationship.
I mean, this is not the case with him, but he very well could be like, oh, I'm going to use Catherine for all she has. And like, this isn't a real relationship. And like, I'm just manipulating her because like, I'm trying to get further in the game. He's not obviously doing that. I think he is head over heels for her. And I think he's just moving very strangely about it. I think he's being a little creepy and a little gross about it, but I don't think at this point he has enough to warrant a removal from Big Brother by production. Just like, oh, Riley's out of the game now.
At least based on whatever, rules they sign up to adhere to before going into the studio.
Because people have been forcibly removed from
Right.
Big Brother outside of an eviction. It has happened to multiple people for racial slurs and for just being straight up racist.
Yeah.
They've been pulled.
Gay slurs, right?
No, there was
maybe.
oh my gosh, Aaron from many seasons ago made an Asian racist joke. Hello, Julie Chen is our host.
Yeah, well, I mean,
what do you
just,
think
like,
was going to happen, you dumb bitch?
Straight up, yeah, like you do that, you're out. Like
Yeah.
you're fucking out.
No,
That's-
and there should be a zero tolerance
yeah,
policy.
exactly.
And there have been literal fistfights in the Big Brother house where people got removed.
Right.
Because you laid hands on someone else. That's a no-go. You're out of here.
And what's tricky about this is that it's all perception from the outside.
Right.
I mean, from what we've seen, they have not asked Catherine or Rylie about it directly.
Right,
up
but
to
they're
this point.
still in the DR saying that, oh, we're into each other.
Right.
Right?
Right. But what I'm saying is we haven't seen, to our knowledge, we haven't seen production like ask any hard hitting questions like, do you feel like you're in danger? Do you feel uncomfortable? Right. We haven't seen that to any degree. Not saying that they haven't, but obviously I think it would be helpful here. And at a certain point, you got to break the illusion if there's a concern about safety and well-being.
Right.
And I just don't know if that actually happened or not before the events of the live eviction.
I don't know. And I mean, maybe we're not seeing stuff, but I don't know that it actually got to that point where they could pull Rylie, because I think a lot of us who are only watching the aired episodes from CBS,
Yeah.
we'd be like, why the fuck is Rylie leaving? Because he was creepy to what? I'm confused. No, it's everything that's happening on the live feeds and that people are sharing and documenting, and just how he's moved with her. And yeah, it's just, it's not a good look.
And I want to make it
from
clear,
the outside.
Let me go back to what I just said too. I want to make it clear, like, I'm not saying that just because production didn't ask these questions means that it's okay.
No.
I think they have a responsibility to drop the fucking kayfabe and actually get in the room with someone, or at least get into the DR and ask point blank questions to.
Oh, they absolutely should be doing that.
That's a safety thing.
Because they're protecting Catherine, who could potentially be a victim.
Yes,
maybe.
who could be in danger.
Right. But if they're asking her and she's like, yeah, I'm fine, then like, how do you go about this PR nightmare where literally everyone is being like, get Rylie out, get Rylie, like production pull him.
And maybe that's where the events of the Thursday episode come into play, is like we've done, from like a legal perspective, we've done all we can for a reason for this to happen. Or maybe it's, I don't know, it's fucking CBS. They're a huge corporation.
So one thing that I find really interesting, I was watching live feeds. What I like to do is I'll work from the couch and I'll just have live feeds on in the background, and it's kind of my background noise, and I'll tune in every once in a while. And I was watching it, and Riley's in the shower. He finishes showering and he asks Kat, can you hand me a towel? She's just chilling out in the bathroom. And there's a couple other people in the room too. I can't remember who, but she runs over, gets a towel, hands it to Rylie over the shower, and then she does one of these over the shower door.
Just a little peekaboo.
Rylie does not have the towel on. Rylie is naked. Rylie is wet from the shower, naked. She peeks over, clearly sees that Riley's naked body, and laughs.
His hog.
Huh?
His hog.
Yeah. You just want to have a bunch of adjectives.
Fonts.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
Okay, great. So then she laughs and like runs away, and like everyone's like, "Huh." If it had been the other way around, I think that would have been production's ammo to pull him.
Right. It's been a lot of like kind of a waiting for something to happen. Are we, cause yeah, it's perception, right? It's it's watching something go down, and because we don't have access to these people, yeah, it's context clues, right? You're playing off of, warning signs that we're given just as people in society. And I don't
huge
think
red flags he's giving.
I just don't think you can afford to fuck around with that inside the house, right?
No.
I don't think that you can risk just letting that go. It needs to be addressed in some fashion. And I guess, and now this is all ifs, I guess. We are speculating here just like everyone else is, because we don't work at CBS.
Right.
But that's kind of what led us to the last hour television.
And so Rachel putting Rylie up as a renom doesn't make a whole lot of sense for her game. If you rewind a few episodes, you see her talking about potentially putting up Rylie and Kat, and she's like, I don't think that's a good move. I don't want to piss off both of them. Like, you kind of either got to put them both up and hope they're sitting up against each other on, Thursday night. But she kind of, uses it obviously as a threat to Lauren. And then she puts him up. And then he loses Blockbuster. Mickey wins. And he goes home by a vote of 5-4.
5-4. It
5-4.
was a split
Very,
vote.
very close. Ava waffled a little bit. She was going to say Morgan. You saw it on her lips. And then she ended up saying Rylie. So what I think happened.
Vince, a sobbing mess, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to Vince. Let's go in order.
What I think happened, or what could have happened from a tin hat, perspective. You don't see everything that's happening. You don't see how production is orchestrating.
This is pure
weaving their webs.
It's pure speculation. We're a recap commentary podcast. We're not delivering the news.
I think what happened was production pulled Rachel in to the DR and said, Rachel, you know how it is. You've been on 10 plus competition reality TV shows. She is a casting director. She owns like a casting directing business.
She has a career in television.
She has a career in television. The only person that Big Brother production could trust with this is Rachel Rylie, because she has a lot more to lose than any of these other people. She knows how to play the game, like the general reality TV.
Showbiz, baby.
She knows how to schmooze. She knows how to get in with probably network producers and things like that. I think they go to Rachel Rylie and they say, listen, Rachel, we have a crisis on the outside right now. The online community is blowing up. They don't like Rylie. He's being creepy with Catherine. Maybe they don't get into the specific details, but they basically tell her,
they say Riley's got to go.
Riley's got to go. And for it's reasons outside of the house. And we don't have enough to pull him yet, but he has a case building against him and people are rioting online. We need your help. here's $5,000. You want to nominate Rylie for us? Get Rylie out this week, Rachel, and we'll give you a little extra bonus. We'll give you an extra contract to cast for us next season, whatever. Rachel goes, okay, bet. I really wasn't working with Rylie anyways. You know, I didn't want to put him up. And that's when the Judge Alliance is formed. After Rylie goes on the block, after Vince comes down, and it is, again, an alliance with Vince, Morgan, Ashley, Will, and Rachel. There's no reason that Rachel would be aligning with Vince.
Right. Or Morgan, for that matter.
It doesn't
Morgan's still on the fucking block.
Yeah. And Vince just came off the block. He doesn't trust Rachel. They haven't had a good working relationship. And this alliance is very strange to me.
It's important to note that the kind of the theme of this alliance is we're out on Mickey.
Right.
It's Ashley and Will are out on Mickey. Morgan is out on Mickey. We're going to bring Morgan in to take her place. And then let's get Vince in here as well. You know why? That's good for optics. It's good for optics. It makes sense. If there's any, I won't even say it makes sense. If there's any way to explain why Vince would vote Rylie out, it would be to vote alongside this newfound alliance with Rachel, Rylie, and team that makes zero sense for the current layout of the house.
And they were very strategic of putting that in this episode.
Yes.
We have to show this. We have to make it make sense, right?
We have to make it look like Mickey is in danger of going home, which I don't think that she ever wasn't, but I think it was a toss-up.
Right. And this is where it gets even more weird, is the BB blockbuster.
Holy shit.
It's Mickey, Rylie, and Morgan in that order from left to right on the TV screen. Morgan's rolling a ball. It looks like it's going pretty far. The camera zooms up on her. And then all of a sudden, Mickey has the highest number. She locks in on her podium.
We don't see her locked in.
We don't see her lock in. We see her hit the highest number off screen and then magically go lock in. And then we see, and her score is like high 30s.
Yeah.
They basically just have to roll a ball down a path.
The further the ball goes, the higher your score.
Yeah, they have 2 minutes. They can repeat as many times in
That's
those 2
right.
minutes.
You can repeat as often as you want within this time frame.
Yes. Big ass clock on the back behind them, by the way, and probably in front of them. How many seconds are left? And so she locks in with very high 30s. The highest you can get is like a 40. So if you're in the high 30s, I would have also locked in. Like
Sure.
I would have left it there. Okay. So she locks in, but we don't see it happen. It happens off camera. The whole point is to show the competition. We miss the most crucial part of the competition. And this doesn't seem to be a, production cutting flaw. And so the ball that Morgan's rolling hits a 29. And mind you, Rylie has also hit a 29, but he hit it about 60 seconds ago. Riley's just sitting there watching Mickey go, watching Morgan go. Are they higher than me? No, not higher than me. Not higher than me. I'm going to stay.
Staying close enough to the buzzer to lock in if he needs to.
Right. Like, are they... He's hoping that they continue to screw up and that at the last 5 seconds he can lock in and win. Right? That's the strategy. That's what it looks like. And then Morgan, after Mickey has already locked in with high 30s, Morgan goes over and she locks in her 29. Did you just not understand the competition? Because there was 60 seconds still left on the clock. She could have kept going. Because now the game is turned into, okay, Mickey's locked. We have to beat her number. That's what the game's turned into. She sets the bar now by locking in with a high number. We just need to beat that. And then, out of nowhere, Rylie locks in right behind her with the 29 that he's also had.
Like he admitted defeat.
Right. An entire minute. Half of this competition is still left to play. It makes no sense. Morgan and Rylie could have continued playing for another 60 seconds. It does not make, I will continue to say it. It does not make sense why both of them did that. Unless, put your tinfoil hat back on. So let's go along with my theory that production approached Rachel, said we need to get Rylie out this week. Well, there's a live blockbuster. How do we do that? How do we make sure Rylie goes home in a live competition? What if he wins and now he's safe another week and either Mickey and Morgan have to go home? How do we do that? How would you do that? You can't, right?
I mean, that's where you gotta...
Unless...
Yeah.
Unless... And again, super tinfoil hattie. Big Brother production, again, in cahoots with Rachel. They go to Rachel. They say, you got to put him up and we're going to make sure that he has the votes and he's going to leave this week because otherwise, you know, we're going to have to pull him.
The show's in trouble.
The show's in trouble. And I think production could have gathered Mickey, Rylie, and Morgan before the BB blockbuster. And they looked at Rylie and they said, Rylie, you're going to be dishonorably discharged or you can be evicted. Up to you.
Yeah.
And he was probably like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean? Some things are going on online. Doesn't look great for our optics and for you. So we can address the issue and we can pull you. And you're going to be upset about it. Or you can go out honorably and be evicted. And that's why we don't see Mickey land her ball.
Yeah.
Very well, she could have just picked up the ball and placed it in that and then went and locked it in. We didn't see anything. Hell, production could have been off to the side and placed the ball for her.
Well, we hear a big pop when Morgan throws her shot.
Yeah.
Like Morgan's ball starts to go the distance.
Oh.
And then we hear a bunch of people in production making a bunch of noise, which is like, if you're working for fucking CBS television, you know better than to make a bunch of noise while you're in the middle of a live broadcast.
And also why, and it could have been studio audience too.
I guess so. Yeah.
But why do we have such this tight shot on Morgan?
Right.
This is not a do or die moment for Morgan. We have a minute left of the competition. It was very strange to me that we didn't see Mickey. So I think it very well could be that they gave Rylie the option. They say, you need to throw this competition and you will be voted out tonight. And the air in the house is fucking weird, man.
It's fucking stinky, dude.
It's weird. Not a lot of people are looking at each other. Not a lot of people are hugging each other.
So for the first time this season, we see multiple groups of two split off from the group in the living room, talk about where the vote's going. And yeah, the house is as quiet as it's ever been. And it just really does seem like the vote is split. It's real messy. We get the first two votes and then we immediately go to commercial. We come back. Who's already in the DR? Vince. Now, that's pretty typical, right? Maybe we're getting a little too into the weeds here. It's pretty typical for us to come back from commercial and someone is already, ready to go with their vote. I'll tell you what, though, Vince looks like someone just told him that a loved one died. I mean, it looks like they brought him in there. If we're going along with this theory, right? Looks like they brought him in there and they said, "Son, you're voting Rylie."
And it's for bigger reasons outside of this house. You have to vote him.
It's fucking brutal, man. And
we see Ava. She's confused. She's crying. She's about, just on the forming of her lips, she's about to say Morgan. And then she pauses, collects herself, and then votes to evict Rylie.
And in that situation, they could have told her, hey, look, you can vote how you want, but here's what's going to happen if you don't. There could be bigger problems going on or whatever it may be. I mean, who knows what they told her?
Yeah, we're going to forcibly remove him from the game if you don't vote to evict him, so he can go out honorably or dishonorably. Up to you, Ava.
And look.
Okay, we're live now. Ava, vote.
Just because I don't want to get fucking sued, let's keep reminding people, none of this could have happened.
No, none of it
This could have just been a really weird 2 episodes of Big Brother. But there's too much.
I didn't sign an NDA.
There's too much weird shit that has occurred all at once for this to make total sense.
It just, the fact that Rachel puts him up, he loses Blockbuster in a weird ass way.
We don't even see who won Blockbuster. We don't see who wins in action.
It looks like Morgan concedes. It looked like it looks like Rylie concedes.
Mickey's being fucking weird too.
Yeah, Mickey's being weird. If they truly did pull them aside before the competition, like, okay, Mickey's gonna win this, because, you know, maybe they thought people would get too squirrely if Mickey was sitting up there, and it had to be Morgan next to Rylie because Morgan had a better shot at staying.
Sure.
In case. But if they pulled them aside and was like, okay, this is what's going to happen. Production's going to run and drop a ball in off camera and Mickey's going to win. She's going to lock in. You guys have to be okay with that. And Rylie, you're going to have to go home.
Yeah. I
mean, it happened with Mickey. And then that would leave Morgan and Rylie being like, okay, I guess it's over now because they did what they said they were going to do. So I guess I'll just lock in with this,
and
right?
Neither of them campaign when they get back into the house. There's like when everyone breaks off, right? And we're actually discussing who's going to go home, how are we going to vote? You're at least, if you're up on the block, you're trying to talk to someone. You could even be on your hands and knees begging, please keep me. I'll do whatever you can. We don't see either of them really talk to anyone.
You hear him in the background being like, guys, if I'm best for you, please, whatever. But
then that's all his actual speeches too, is just, hey, if it's best for your game. And Morgan kind of gives the same thing. Both of them just seem very disheartened though. Yeah. It doesn't seem... I just think that both of them would have been putting in a little more fight if they really meant what they were saying, if they didn't know how that vote was going to play out.
Yeah.
And now it was. And that's the thing. It's a split vote. I would think there's a little more desperation from both people if the vote is that split.
Absolutely.
Right? Why else would you admit defeat? You admit defeat when you think when you know it's going to be a
landslide,
a 6-1 or 6-2 or whatever, right?
Right. And
it's a little smelly, man.
So I posted about this a couple days ago saying how, like, I think Big Brother production is in cahoots and is trying to manipulate something. And then today I saw, for you OG Big Brother fans, I saw a tweet. What are we calling those now? Are they X posts? Are they just posts now?
A bird post?
No, it's not a bird anymore.
I have no fucking idea.
I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I run our social accounts.
It's
by
a
the
tweet.
Way. Yeah, I see a tweet from Evil Dick, who was like,
"Hey, whoa, you put the parent filters on our Twitter account."
No, it's EVEL Dick. He competed long time ago on Big Brother.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind.
Okay, I actually didn't hear you. What did?
Evil Knievel.
It's
spelled like Evil Knievel is what you're saying.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're doing bits while I'm trying to educate people here.
Please continue.
Thanks. So he posts and basically says, if you don't think production is getting Rylie out this week, then you have your head in the sand. And he posted a picture of an ostrich with its head in the sand. So a former player, a former Big Brother player, and he was a pretty big name too. He played with kind of his estranged daughter, Danielle, who she's actually, I think, married or was married to her showmance. But he is posting about this. He knows how it works. He knows how production moves.
Yeah.
So if a former Big Brother player is tweeting about this, I'm going to say, like, my theory kind of stands.
And look, they get back, the votes are cast. Catherine casts her vote. When she comes back, she
hysterics.
But she does not sit by Rylie.
No.
She sits in between, or Mickey sits in between them. So they're sitting by each other at first. She goes, casts her vote.
It's weird.
They're stone-faced. Everyone looks like they're at a funeral. And
they look shell-shocked, honestly.
Yes, it's like no one knows what to say. Rylie's evicted, right? Just bawling from Catherine. Catherine is sobbing in his arms. Everyone else is fucking crying and feeling weird. Ava's a mess. Why?
Ava looked more upset than Kat.
Because maybe they told her that something was fucked in the house. And, you all of a sudden you get stressed. What did I miss? Did I do something wrong? Am I part of this issue? Who knows what they told them? If they told them anything.
Yeah.
Rylie leaves.
I think if they told them anything and orchestrated this, I think they kept it very high level, very vague. Just like some stuff's happening outside the house. Optics are bad for the show. This has to happen.
Rylie leaves the house. It's strange. It's deathly quiet as he leaves.
It's even a weird post interview.
Julie asks him questions, but they're also not really questions.
Yeah.
It's just the most like formulaic. Let's get him the fuck out of here as fast as we can. Let's not give him a chance to answer any technical questions. We have to ask him about Catherine because optics, right? And then let's just
The
cut
crowd
to commercial.
cheers for him when he walks out.
You know what we'll do instead? Let's bring out Derek and Taylor to fill the time, because that's the next weird thing. We kick Rylie out. We say, so long. Godspeed, Rylie. He's gone. We've got 15 minutes of show left. What normally happens? We go back to the house. If the show ends that early,
comp. We have not had one of those this season yet.
Yeah, sometimes we'll start an HOH comp and then go to commercial, or the broadcast ends. Hey, go to the live feed if you want to watch more of this, right? Instead, we get 10 more minutes in the live studio with Julie and Derek and Taylor, and then Boston Rob comes
Production's
out.
like, how the fuck can we save this?
And sure.
Boston Rob. We'll have Boston Rob on as a guest. Everyone loves him. He's from Survivor, pulling those fans to watch this BB Unlocked. Boston Rob will save us.
We can't show the
Talking
house.
about Rylie. Everyone, look at Boston Rob. Look at him
We
doing
can't
his little
show the
thing up
house
there.
because everyone's in there going, hey, what the fuck just happened, you guys? What's
Yeah.
going on? I don't understand.
And then they cut back at the very, when the credits are rolling, and I forget who was consoling her.
I think it was
But
Ava and Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley was consoling her. Ava was a mess. She was crying. I'm like, why are we looking at Ava right now?
Maybe it was Morgan. It was one of the two.
Yeah, it was Morgan. It was Morgan. But I'm like, why are we looking at Ava right now? This makes no sense. We should be looking at Kat. This camera should be following Kat, right? Because if we're TV producers, we know that is where the biggest reaction is going to be. Her showman's just went home.
I bet.
And then they cut the last half a second. They cut to Kat, and then the show's over.
I bet the live feeds are sparse the next couple of days.
Yeah, I mean,
because who knows what they're going to be, what the vibe is in the house, what they're going to be talking about. It doesn't make enough sense the way that this played out. I mean, technically everything that happened is a realistic outcome of Big Brother.
Sure.
Someone fucking up in a competition. The vote not going the way that you thought it would.
But two people
Expect the
fucking up in a
unexpected.
competition and not seeing the winner.
It's all
happen?
I mean, look, it just all makes a little too much sense. And honestly, I think that most people probably agree, right? Like, it's no secret that a lot of people were calling for him to be out. It does make the most sense. I think they could have done a little better job of trying to fool us.
Yeah. And listen, it was crucial too, because a lot of the discourse online that was also happening was that either Rylie or Kat need to be evicted, and then one of them needs to go to jury, because the online community was worried about them being outside the Big Brother house together or being in jury together where it's a little less supervised. So for Catherine's safety, people wanted one of them to leave and one of them to go into jury.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you're not being observed, if there's not this, insurance that they've previously had for the last couple of weeks. Insurance. Do you know what? Have you heard of the Montreal Screwjob?
What the fuck did you just say?
So
to
the
me?
Montreal Screwjob is pivotal.
Is this a thing, or is this like just one
No,
of
it's
your
a thing.
Matt-isms and you're going to tell me like
It's a thing in television history.
Okay.
It is a pivotal moment in the WWE. And
how many times are we going to mention the WWE in this podcast?
Because wrestling and Big Brother are basically the same fucking
It's
thing,
not.
all right? They're lying to us.
It's not.
And so Survivor Series 1997, Bret Hart was like the face of the company. He's wrestling Shawn Michaels. He signs with the competing brand, WCW. He's leaving WWE to go to WCW in a month. Vince McMahon is pissed. Vince doesn't want that to happen. He's begging. He's pleading.
Who is like the CEO?
He's the boss. He's
Yeah.
making all the creative decisions. And obviously, like wrestling, it's staged. Both wrestlers know how the match is going to end, who's going to win by the time the bell actually rings, right? It's all the stage performance. So Bret Hart says, I'm not going down. I'm not dropping the title. And I'm not, because they were also in Canada where he's from. So he said, I'm not dropping the title to this guy who they actually, like, they legitimately hated each other at the time, him and Shawn Michaels. And he says, no, that's not going to happen. What Vince McMahon does is before the match, he grabs Shawn Michaels, a referee, and like someone else from backstage and says, the match is going to end. It's going to be a win for Shawn. And what happens is Shawn Michaels puts him in a hold. Bret Hart does not tap out, but the referee suddenly calls the match, gives the title to Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart gets fucked over in Montreal. He wasn't a part of this decision, right? Hence the Montreal Screwjob. It's like an infamous moment in wrestling history. I think that tonight, what we saw on Big Brother was the Myste Screwjob. in the way that they wanted Rylie out of this house, and thus is how I will refer to it moving forward. So maybe there's a Vince McMahon working at CBS, although he was actually just being like a power hungry asshole in that situation. It wasn't really like an issue with like a concern over a player's safety, like clearly was the issue here. But I mean, time will tell in the next week. What do we see from Kat in the DR? Is Rylie, I mean, I'm sure, yeah, they sign NDAs. Like, are we going to see him go on Julie's podcast? Are we going to talk any more about this? We may never hear from him again.
Yeah,
it might be the best
Riley's
move.
sick. He can't go on BB Unlocked. Oh no, like his internet connection's not working for the Julie Chen podcast God 101 after show.
I mean, it's been just over 2 hours since he walked out of that house. Would hate to be him right now. All we know for next week is Rachel's reign of terror for some people is over.
Give me another Ava HOH. Yo, that would be wild.
Crazy. I think another Vince HOH would be crazy. Who else do we want to see in that seat? Who's unpredictable at this point? Catherine, I guess. A Catherine HOH might be the most interesting outcome for next week because she
definitely puts Rachel up.
She's emotional.
I think she puts
right?
Ashley up.
Yeah.
I think she puts maybe Will or Kelly up.
Yeah, or Mickey. Well, actually,
no, she said she had a working relationship with Mickey.
It just doesn't. It's just all so strange, and also we didn't see that until this
right
episode.
now. Yeah.
Who knows how long they've been working together? So, that's our working theory for what happened and the way that it happened, and who knows if we'll ever know the truth. The truth is out there,
right?
So, one-liners of the week.
I was trying to do
the X-Files song?
X-Files song.
Try one more time.
It was really bad.
I can give you like the intro.
No, I can't.
That's good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go work at Fox now that we've pissed off
right,
CBS.
Exactly.
No. Do we have one-liners, or are we so shell-shocked that...
You know, I'm so shell-shocked that I did not have our one-liners of the week. Did you have any?
Honestly, no. It was such a bizarre week, and Rachel's chaos was all over the place. Probably something from one of her monologues during like one of the nom ceremonies.
Yeah.
Or honestly, maybe just Rylie take a seat. I mean, there was so much just fucking nastiness in her tone.
I wouldn't even say it's a one-liner. I think it was like her look and eyebrow raise to Lauren before she did that. I think that was the most iconic moment of the week.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, wait. I have another iconic moment of the week, and we saw just a little bit of it, and it was Rachel and Ashley in the HOH room. And mind you, Big Brother has edited Ashley to look like this kind of clumsy, ditzy, messy, socially unaware person, which like just doesn't make sense with the whole lawyer thing. Like it doesn't, like maybe she's like that in her personal life, but it just doesn't make complete sense. And she's sitting there like having a conversation with Rachel, and the camera pans out, and she has this giant wad of toilet paper shoved in the back of her pants. I mean, sticking out like completely, like a cockatoo or something.
I mean, it's
like
something out of a cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh my God, huh? I cannot believe that we get Ashley and Ava in the same house in one season."
Yeah.
And so first, Ashley gives us Showergate by taking the infamous 2-hour shower during Vinny's first HOH. And then we get Ashley giving us the TP Bandit. That's my term. I'm coining it. Ashley, the TP Bandit, hashtag Showergate. She's got a lot to work with. I think the BB Comics competition that comes up later in the season, classic competition where they put different house guests in that season and different
immortalize them into comic book artwork.
Yeah, thank you. I couldn't get it out. They have a lot to work with, Ashley.
Big time.
I would love to see something with the shower and with the toilet paper, maybe a whole bathroom theme around it with that. But
I'm pulling for Keanu to have the biggest cartoon ass in his. He has to be the butler, right? Like he's got to be like an Alfred Pennyworth to Batman type comic book. That's got to be it. This is why we should just be running the show. We have too many good ideas.
Yeah, I mean, we would have made Riley's eviction look a little more seamless with that
Sure.
choppy shit that they did.
Oh,
I'm
yeah, we
not
would've produced the shit out
I'm
of
not
that.
picking up what you're putting down, CBS. I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
But guess what? If I am on a show one day and you do get me to sign an NDA, I will champion you, and I will never say another bad word about you. So there you go. That's how you get me.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you get me to shut up. You just get me on a show.
Sure. We have no allegiance until it's to our benefit.
Yeah.
Julie's fit. Classic red dress.
Before we go into Julie's fit, I did have one extra thing that I wanted to talk about, which is I'm also coining Messy Mickey.
Messy Mickey.
Messy Mickey. We have slowly been watching her downfall. We talked about it earlier in the episode. But she is sitting on the bed with Kat. M&M's on the bed. Morgan walks in.
Oh.
They move the M&M's, but Morgan still sees them sitting in the bed, and like the bag of M&M's there, and it's just like, we used to do that.
It's
we that was our song. We did that.
Exactly. It's Morgan going to the bar and seeing the two of them slow dancing to fucking 1,000 years.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I did the M&M theory with you, and now you do it with Kat.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
What the fuck are you doing, Mickey?
Yeah, stop. Don't do it. Again, you're playing hard with Kat for what reason? For what reason?
She's just panicking.
It was very strange that she was choosing that moment to strategize with Kat, and Morgan walks in. So that was just funny.
Well, and don't forget about her ruffling Ashley's feathers too, seemingly like a matter of minutes later when she's in the kitchen or like the dining area with Ashley and who of all people? Rylie. Riley's sitting at the table with them.
Yeah, she basically, Mickey leans over to Ashley and jokes with her and says, yeah, you've been up in the HOH more during Rachel's win than my HOH, which insinuates that Ashley had something to do with Rylie going up on the block.
Well, and she's just lashing out because she's on the block and everyone's upset to be in that situation. But Mickey, girl, what are you doing trying to burn anyone and everyone who's interested in working with you? And that's actually what leads to Ashley storming into the HOH room saying, I'm done with Mickey. Hence, the judges are formed.
Yeah. Yep.
Really signing, she's signing her own death warrant.
She continues to go on a downslope in my mind.
Yeah.
She thinks she's playing this big strategic game, and really it's just a lot of these oversharing, unnecessary comment errors that she's making and playing her cards too early, showing them too early. And I think she is not long for this game. I think she maybe makes it to jury.
She's lucky.
If she's lucky.
She's lucky if she makes it to jury at this point, because she is, I mean, you want to talk about the weird trends with her and Keanu on the charts. She's doing what Keanu is doing. She's stirring up trouble every single week.
Yeah.
She can't stop herself from
listen,
boiling the water.
I'm rooting for her to get herself out of this hole, because
Same here.
I think, she had a strong start. I really liked her gameplay in the beginning. I clocked her as my favorite in the beginning, watching their intro reels, and it's just sad at this point. I'm like, please stop. Please.
Mickey to me is a lot like Vince, or at least like her appeal to me is the same reason that Vince appeals to me, is like just one of the people that I see myself being around the most in the house.
Absolutely.
Like, you're the type of person that I would hang out with very often, is like someone like Mickey, someone like Vince, or just the type of personality that I'm drawn to.
I think Mickey set herself up very poorly for this upcoming week. I think Morgan kind of wedged herself into a few other crevasses that Mickey maybe didn't do during that time. I think Kat's going to come back with a vengeance. I think Lauren and Kat are also going to get closer now. And I think that's going to pull the two of them with Vinny together. I think they're going to get closer, and that's going to be interesting. I don't think Vince is going to be, loyal to this judges alliance. I think Rachel, Will, and Ashley are an interesting trio. And I think if they pulled in Ava or something like that, that might be interesting. I think Ava still continues to ride an interesting position in the game. I don't think anyone's going after her. I don't think anyone's going after Will either. I think Kelly is a great pawn still. I think Keanu's a great pawn still. So I'm really interested to see where this week goes. And who knows, when I go check spoilers right after this, we might have an HOH.
God, I hope so. I am desperate to know where the show is going to go.
So you want me to spoil it for you? So listen,
I'm not sure yet.
There's a website called BB Joker Updates, and that's where I go to get all of my to the minute live updates from the live feeds. You have people with nothing better to do, I guess, than to document every single word people
just
say.
Like a transcript of the live feeds, basically.
Yeah, but people are sitting there typing it all out.
Yeah.
There's
Psychopaths.
there's also house guest ranking, things like that. But they also keep up to date with who wins HOH, who wins Veto, was Veto used, any special powers, things like that. So pretty much every day I'm checking to see who wins HOH before, it comes out on the live broadcast. And every time I'm like, ooh, something exciting happened. And Matt's like, I don't want to know. He likes the integrity of it.
Yes.
He likes it preserved.
I think I'm a better host when I am genuinely surprised. I mean, look, I'll tie it back one more time to wrestling. I'd rather be surprised with how it's going to go. I want to watch and be surprised by the outcome. I don't want to know who's going to go down in the match before it actually happens.
That's fair.
It takes away the whole fun. It's all fun, right? It's all a big show. I want the illusion of it all.
You're also speaking to the person that every single season of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, I preemptively at the start of every season, I look up the final four.
That's crazy.
Because I don't know who wins. I just know who makes it far, because I want to know who to pay attention to.
See, I like to have my own champions and then watch them just drive their fucking game into the ground. Shout out Jimmy, shout out Vince, shout out Mickey.
Yeah.
Nothing like that true disappointment.
Yeah.
You can't beat that feeling.
And so to wrap up here, we have two of Julie's fits that we have to document. We have her in like a blouse and jeans and
shimmery,
heels.
flowery blouse and the denim like capri cutoffs almost.
It was interesting.
I'm glad we didn't have to do a full episode that week.
Yeah, so am I. And then tonight she was wearing
classic. This
just really great bright red
dress,
little number,
like gold heels.
Yeah, she looked, absolutely.
She looked like Julie.
Yeah, she looked like Julie, but she looked absolutely
fire. Follow us on Instagram at Backdoors and Blindsides. Same on X as well. We are on X, right? We're posting on there. Live posting during Big Brother episodes. Same goes for Threads. We also have full episodes on YouTube, Backdoors and Blindsides. If you watch our YouTube videos, be sure to subscribe as well. Every like is great. Every comment is great. Follow and subscribe on wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify, Apple. I think we're on Amazon Prime, which I didn't know offered podcasts, but that's pretty cool. Leave a 5-star rating, leave a good review. We always really appreciate that. And yeah, make sure to check out our socials. There's a lot of daily content. I mean, reels, memes. We're commenting on all the big posts in the online community. So we appreciate the
commenting
followers.
on all the posts.
Meg is running the Instagram. So if you have a great issue with something that we post, it's all her. But
you're making the lovely reels. So we have our self-delegated certain roles, and it works great for us.
Yeah. If you have creative notes, let me know.
Or don't.
I'm kidding.
I want to know your fucking notes.
And I think that's it. We'll be back next week.
Actually.
For sure. With probably a more regulated episode, covering exactly 1 week of Big Brother. No more, no less. But until then, coming to you live from inside our living room, I'm Matt.
And I'm Meg.
We're Backdoors and Blindsides. Glove one another.
You missed your finger.
I think I needed a new glove. I've had this one for like 4 weeks in a row. It's not really conforming to my hands. Bye.